You want to sew. You miss sewing. You have all these screenshots in your phones of things that you want to create, and yet you're not sewing. If you keep telling yourself that you don't have time to sew, this video is for you. I'm going to be giving you quick and easy things that you can do today that's going to get you back at your machine, creating momentum and sewing. My name is Brittany J. Jones, and here on my channel, I talk about sewing. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the channel. The first thing that you need to do is let go of your all day or nothing sewing mindset. The reason why you're not creating is because you're probably feeling like you need all day to do it, or 5 to 6 uninterrupted hours to sit, create, and sew. That is just not the reality for most people. And if you are constantly feeling like you don't have time and you want more time, it's probably because you're waiting for the perfect time and the perfect amount of hours. So number one, go ahead and let go of that all day or nothing sewing mindset. If you feel like you need a little bit more on that, I do have a Sewing 30 reset that I created to really just help people shift the way they think about their sewing time. You will go from I don't have time to sew to actually sewing again. If that sounds like you, check the link down in the description box. The second thing that I would recommend you doing is actually kind of looking and taking inventory of things that you need or things that will excite you to make. Look in your closet and then also look at those screenshots, because I'm pretty sure you've been screenshotting a lot of things that you're excited about and something that you may want to create. Take those ideas and then go into your sewing room and start looking through your patterns. Do not go into your sewing room looking through your patterns without some sort of an idea, because what's going to happen is you will end up spending hours and hours and hours looking for a project to sew. You're waiting for the pattern to say, make me, as opposed to you going in there with some sort of an idea of what you may need or want to make. That way you can find a pattern easily and start creating. You are wasting so much time going through your pattern stash without an idea. That's a week right there gone by because you can't make a decision. The faster you make a decision, the faster you can start sewing. And once you have that decision made, set a timer. And honestly, I would recommend setting a timer before you go to that pattern stash, because again, hours can really get away from you if you don't have a plan. But if you set a timer, and that way you say, okay, I have this much time to look for a pattern that's similar to this thing I've screenshot or similar to what I would like to see in my closet, you have a little bit more direction there as opposed to just willy-nilly up in that pattern stash. So point 3 is setting a timer, but as you can see, it can be beneficial for you to set that when you are trying to decide on something to make. That way you don't just take forever and ever to make a decision. So set a timer, that will help you there. But also when you are actually sewing, set a timer. When I started setting a timer, it wasn't because I felt like I didn't have enough time. Actually, I had a lot of time, but I still decided I needed to set a timer because I needed some type of a start and stop window where I could then start, get my creative juices out, have fun sewing, and stop, and then take care of other things that needed my attention. And now when those things are done, if there was more time in the day, then I'll come back and sew for a little bit more with a clear start and stop point. That is why I set a timer. I can easily get lost in a project. Like, I love sewing so much, I can get lost in a project and everything else just like, it gets done the next day. You know what I'm saying? For me, I did not like the way that felt. I didn't want to be that person where I focused hours and hours on sewing and everything else just kind of got what was left. That's not what I wanted to do. So setting a timer really changed the game for me. And that is how I've been sewing since 2018, 2019. And so that is what I try to encourage people to do, is set a timer, because with that timer, you can focus in just on that block of time and make progress. And with the timer, you can set any time that you like. For me, I just like doing 30 minutes, but obviously you can do 45 minutes. You can do an hour. A timer can really be beneficial if you feel like you don't have a lot of time to sew. Another thing that I would recommend and suggest, especially if you've been away from sewing for a while, is when you get ready to start back, pick something easy. Do not get a project that's requiring 10 pattern pieces, lining pieces, everything interface. Like, that's not the project that you want to start with, unless that's what you really want to make. But I would recommend starting with something that's not so overwhelming, something that you can probably finish, within a week, whether it's a tote bag, if you're into accessories or bags, maybe it's a t-shirt, if you like knit garments, or maybe it's like a pull-on skirt, pull-on pants. Find something with at least 5 patterns or less. 5 pattern pieces is the max if you're just starting back and you're overwhelmed and you want to just kind of get something easy to get the juices flowing again. Do not go over 5 pattern pieces. You need to just start back slowly, and the best way to do that is with something easy. Now, I know I said a lot of things, and I just want to put it out there. I'm not talking to you if you are not physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually in a season where you could be sewing right now. Don't go set a timer for 30 minutes and trying to force yourself to sew If this is not the time for you to be sewing, honor that, respect that, come back to sewing whenever you're ready. It's gonna always be here, but I don't want you to force it thinking that, oh, I can do this, let me set a timer. Don't force yourself to do it, all right? I'll be here, this video will be here, so just come back to it when you are ready. I'm really talking to the people that are ready and you want to start sewing, but it feels like it's just not happening. Every day it's like, oh, I want to sew, but I didn't sew. And you're on social media and like, oh, they're sewing so many beautiful garments, I wanna be sewing too. That is who I'm talking to in this video. I'm talking to you. So just a quick recap, if you feel like you do not have time to sew, the first thing that I recommend is number one, changing the way that you're thinking about your sewing time. You don't need all day to sew. You don't need 5 uninterrupted hours to create. Start small, start making progress. You can do that by one, setting a timer, which is my favorite method. I like to set a timer for 30 minutes. You can set the timer for whatever time works best for you. It can be 45 minutes, it can be an hour. Just set the timer. Just set the timer. I promise you, it will change the way that you sew. The next thing is to take inventory of your closet, see what you need, see what you would like to add to your closet. That can be a really great place to start so that when you do go looking in your pattern stash for patterns, you're not just wasting time looking at all the patterns and waiting for the pattern to speak for you. You have a clear thing on what it is you are looking for and what you are excited to make. Sometimes you can go through your pattern stash and just be looking through a pattern and go, ooh, I'm gonna make this. But I truly believe it's best to kind of have some sort of direction so that you're not getting confused, lost, and overwhelmed just by the sheer volume of the patterns that you have. You're going through these patterns and you are wasting time that you can be using actually making progress on a project. I hope this video has been helpful. I'll be honest, as I am filming this, I'm like, I hope this makes sense. I hope it's coming across the way like I really wanted to. So I hope once I edit everything and put it together that it clicks, especially if you are the one that continues to say, I don't have time to sew. If you start small, set a timer, reshape the way you're thinking about your sewing time, focus on making progress, not just finishing, stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect day. I believe in my bones that you'll be back at your sewing machine. One more thing that I want to add, because I did get a comment from a supporter. She was saying that it's not about the time for her, it's about the space. She didn't have the space where she could leave all of her equipment and tools out. And for that, I would recommend you deciding a day and time that will work best for you. Maybe Friday afternoon after work, you can bring all your equipment out, set it up, and start sewing a little bit. Friday afternoon leading into Saturday, and maybe Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening, you put everything away. So maybe you just focus on weekend sewing if that's something that you can do, because I understand if you have to keep putting things away, putting things out, that's a lot. I feel like that falls into having to make adjustments on all of your patterns. It's like, the steps to actually get to sewing is so much, I don't even want to do it. So I absolutely understand that, having to move your equipment. So I would recommend maybe just deciding what days you will create and then stick to that and just focus on making progress on those days. And then once you have made your progress, put everything away. And that way you know, okay, Friday, Saturday, maybe a little bit on Sunday. I don't know. You can do a little bit of sewing, then put everything away for the week. So I would suggest that if it's not really a time thing, but more of a space thing, that's what I would suggest. If you made it to the end of this video, go ahead and subscribe because you do not want to miss my upcoming sew alongs. I'm really excited because previous sew alongs, I've just sewn patterns through, no stopping, no breaks, because that's just how pattern tutorials are filmed and done. But I am going to be changing the way I create my sewing tutorials moving forward. I'm going to be incorporating the things that I'm teaching as far as sew in 30. So whether I sew in 30 with the timer on in the video, or I sew by section. We'll sew, we'll finish the bodice, and now we'll let you know this is a great time to take a break if you have other things to do. That way you're not feeling like you need to sit at your sewing machine and sew for hours, because the sew along for me, I'm not sewing that sew along straight through. Have you ever noticed my sleeves changing? I was editing a video one time and I had 5 sleeve changes. I said, girl, took you like 2 weeks to film this one, huh? So for me to continue to create videos like that, I don't want to do that because that's not how I'm actually sewing in real life. And again, that's just how YouTube tutorials and things are created. It's, at least the ones that I watch, is usually just sew the tutorial. You know what I'm saying? For me, I am going to be leaning more into how I actually sew, because I want you all to know, like, it's really taking me this long, or these are the breaks that I'm taking, or I'm only going to do this section right now. We'll come back later. Obviously, the video will go through for you, but I will be letting you know when I'm breaking. And I think that would be important and really helpful for you all if you are struggling with time, and really finding, those blocks and how you can get your creative time in, but also live real life. So be sure to subscribe. I do not want you to miss any upcoming so-alongs, and I will see you all then. Blessings, everyone. Bye.